Good morning from the National Weather Service here in Pocatello. My name is Carter, and this is your Southeast Idaho weather hazard briefing for Sunday, April 28th. We'll see mostly dry conditions following yesterday's rain and high elevation snow. But beyond that, looking at a series of cold fronts for early next week as we get some strong winds for Monday and Tuesday, bringing in some colder air midweek. I'll be breaking that down for you this morning. Keyboards we're going to focus on today. Again, mostly dry conditions out there today, just some isolated showers and thunderstorms across eastern portions of the state. For tomorrow and Tuesday, we're going to be looking at a series of cold fronts moving through the area. We'll see a chance for some rain, mountain snow showers, thunderstorm potential, but the bigger thing will be those strong winds with gusts up to about 50 to 60 miles an hour, locally stronger in some places. We'll see that unsettled weather pattern continue through much of the work week, just some slight chances for precipitation. Overall, that'll be delaying the warm-up that we're going to see at least till later in the week, so 60s and 70s look like they should be back for the weekend, potentially a dry and warmer weekend on the way. But overall, until then, look at some pretty cold temperatures midweek with overnight lows widespread below freezing. And here's a look at satellite for you this morning, again showing mostly clear skies building in into eastern Oregon and western Idaho this morning. Overall, still going to be seeing some clouds out there today, particularly as you head further east. But overall, should be getting breaks in the sunshine today for sure. And then our next system is going to be approaching from the west. So overall, seeing these two systems up here in the northeast Pacific. These will be continuing to shift southeast over the coming days, giving us that little bit of a break there with some drier air at the surface. But overall, these systems will be bringing those stronger winds for early next week. And taking a look at the weather risk outlook for your next 5 days. Overall today, we're just looking at a little bit of wind around the Magic Valley, South Hills yet again, just some general breezy conditions with a chance for some showers, thunderstorms as you head further east, and particularly across the upper Snake Plain as well. For Monday, where those strong winds are going to be building in later in the morning through the early afternoon hours, peaking during those afternoon, evening hours before subsiding. Again, ramping back up for Tuesday. Got two cold fronts swinging through. A couple of these systems will be following a pretty similar storm track, so kind of seeing similar winds, at least maybe a little bit less on Tuesday, but overall still staying fairly gusty. For Wednesday, those winds do drop off, but still keeping a slight chance of some showers and storms in the area, with those decreasing in coverage for your Thursday. And here's a look at the regional hydrology update. Still seeing flooding on the Portneuf River through Pocatello, but overall on that, it's just a couple of our rivers are currently at that action stage across eastern Idaho, with some increased releases from the snowmelt and from upstream reservoirs. And taking a look at the 72-hour observed rainfall. So yesterday was quite the rainy day in the Upper Valley. Places north of Idaho Falls ended up getting close to an inch to an inch and a half of rain. So Du Bois with 1.8 inches of rain. That's quite the rainfall event for at least April timeframe. But further south, at least we saw, about 2,900 here in Pocatello over the last 3 days. Up towards Idaho Falls, about a half inch, but certainly some locally higher totals as you headed further north and east, with Stanley not receiving any precipitation with this event. Temperatures today will be on the mild side in the morning, 30s and 40s to start off your Sunday, with afternoon highs in the 40s, 50s to low 60s. And here's a look at where we can expect those best chances for thunderstorms today. Generally going to be along the Idaho-Wyoming border. That's reflected very well here in the probability of thunder as well, just favoring the upper portions of our forecast area. So taking a look at timing for you this morning. So if you were anywhere around Island Park early this morning, seeing some rain showers working through there, and that'll continue to be the going trend here through the sunrise this morning. Taking you to about midday, we are expecting some pop-up showers, thunderstorm activity, say north of Idaho Falls, drawing up that line there, but certainly nothing too impactful. Nothing like we've seen the last several days, so should be fairly dry. Nice weather out there today with some breaks in the clouds, bringing in that sunshine. But overall into tonight, not expecting any precipitation. For tomorrow, some low clouds potentially in the morning. But overall, that precipitation will be beginning to arrive during those afternoon hours. Again, with those strong winds, it'll be pretty hard to get much of that precip to fall in the Snake Plain, Magic Valley. But where it's a little bit lighter in some of our mountain areas, it's going to be kind of where we're expecting those accumulations, especially in the central mountains and as you head east of the I-15 corridor. And wind gusts today generally on the order of about 25 to 40 miles an hour across the Snake Plain and Magic Valley. And for tonight, winds just staying slightly elevated across the upper Snake, not seeing much wind ahead of our more impactful system arriving for early next week. And here's a look at those rain snow amounts today. Should stay fairly light and generally further east as you go. And for Monday, it's going to be another seasonable morning in those 20s, 30s, 40s across the board. Afternoon highs still hanging on the 40s, 50s. Maybe we see some low 60s as you get further south, but noticeably cooler in places like Stanley that'll struggle to even hit that mid-40 range. And here's a look at those thunderstorm outlook for your Monday. Again, best chances for those storms will be further north and east, reflected well here in those probabilities. and wind gusts on Monday. So we'll see those winds ramp up throughout the morning hours, peaking during the afternoon and evening. Gusts about 30, 40, 50, maybe even 60 miles an hour across portions of the Snake Plain and Magic Valley. And those will continue into the overnight hours as well. We're looking at these winds continuing through about sunset before we start to see some gradual improvement overnight. And with that, still some lingering breezy winds heading into Tuesday. Here's a look at the rain and snowfall amounts for your Monday. Again, best chances for the accumulations will be further north and east. Generally some light accumulations possible across the Snake Plain. But overall, with those colder temperatures, expecting some accumulating snowfall in the mountains, with some of our mountain valleys heading up towards Leadore, Salmon, Chalice, Stanley, Island Park, and Driggs. Could be seeing some light accumulating snow throughout the day on Monday as we get that colder air settling in. For your Tuesday, noticeably colder in the morning. Teens and 20s will be the going trend. Warmest areas in the low 30s. So if you have any sensitive crops, it looks like we're going to have below freezing temperatures Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday night. So certainly something to keep in mind for that. But overall highs on Tuesday will be in those 40s to upper 50s. Wind gusts on Tuesday, not looking as strong as what we're going to see on Monday, but still carrying those gusts about 40 to 55 miles an hour. And for your Wednesday, another morning of below normal temperatures. So we're looking at below freezing temperatures across the board. And this will also coincide with the start of our frost freeze program. So those frost advisories, hard freeze warnings, we're looking at the potential for that midweek. So keep an eye out for that. But overall, afternoon highs still hanging on in the 40s and 50s, well below normal for this time of year. And if you're looking for a break from the wind, that looks to like it's going to arrive on Wednesday, gusts staying less than 30 miles an hour. And for your Thursday, you guessed it, another cold morning. Temperatures widespread below freezing, with afternoon highs warming up as we head into Thursday, 40s, 50s to mid-60s. And nothing to talk about wind gusts on Thursday. Should be lighter winds as we round out the work week. And heading into Friday and Saturday, you start to see that under the increasing influence of some high pressure trying to build in. We could see highs 50s, 60s, maybe even some low 70s by the weekend. And that'll coincide with some drier conditions. So at least looking ahead temporarily at the next weekend could be a fairly nice one to get outside. And to look at what's to come, 6 to 10 day outlook does keep our area in that near normal to slightly above normal favored when it comes to temperatures through the May 3rd through 7th time frame. And with respect to precipitation, just keeping us in that slightly leaning above normal category for that same time frame, that 6 to 10 day period. 8 to 14 does show us more signal for some more near normal to slightly below normal temperatures as you head further west. But overall, we're kind of in that in-between spot. Normal highs this time of year, 50s and 60s. 8 to 14 does have a little bit of an increased signal there for some above normal precip. We'll be tracking that heading into that May 5th through 11th time frame. And that's about all I have for you this morning. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please feel free to send us an email, give us a call, or check out some information on our website. Have an awesome Sunday and stay safe out there.